Now.
As long as we've got it recorded, it'd be helpful to read.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Kathy.
So, Michael, this is our first meeting. Today we're going to talk about YouTube and how to optimize YouTube videos. And
Woohoo!
yeah, well, you'll see how fast this works. It works faster than anything else available to you right now. And once you do this, you may not want to do much of the other, but we should do it all. but you may see how easy this is and go, well, why would I bother doing anything else? So, but what we'll talk about all sorts of different other ways to enhance your video and also use your video to sell, because the reason why I'm involved is to help with conversions and to help with making this a more, the cash flow better. So obviously, most of the videos that are available out on the internet right now are free videos, and they're content driven. They're not really used to sell any product or service. And so in the coming months, more and more of the videos will have a call to action at the end of them, and a landing page on one of the sites where you can go to make a transaction. So, but right now what we're doing is we're working with the inventory you already have, which you have tons, and enhancing the inventory so that it actually works to your favor. Okay? And let's see, I'm sorry, I didn't realize all the mess showed in the back. Next time I'll clean this up a little bit better. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so let's talk first about, did everyone get a chance to look at the video that I made?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, and what you'll find is the reason that I can help you is that I'm with a group of people that, I have several different groups of people that I spend time with on the internet, and most of them are fairly young, and they're go-getters. They're making full-time living on the internet, and so they've produced either these tools or they know about these tools in order to make your job a lot easier and more efficient. Plus, you can manage more things in a shorter amount of time, so you can do more. In your case, you all have enough manpower, as long as we get it organized so everybody has a task, that you've got the manpower to get things done. In most of my clients, they don't. They're looking for automated solutions that allow them to do things in the quickest amount of time with the best results. So in most cases, that's the tools that I'll be sharing with you, are the things that really can make a difference in your business and make it a lot easier on you so you can do other things. So, you know, and that'll be much more fun, I imagine. So, okay, so first of all, when I talked about the YouTube channels, it looks as though we want to lead with the Living Miracles site. And so if we're leading with the Living Miracles website, then we need to discuss whether or not, how you want to handle both of the YouTube channels. And my suggestion is to optimize them both and use both of the content that's on both of the YouTube channels as an opportunity to either go after the same keyword structure or different. Because you're going to find that if we spread our marketing to disenfranchised Christians that may not be aligned with a church or an organization, but they realize that the teachings of Christ are where all their core values are aligned with that, and they want to know more, what you have to offer is a perfect solution for them. So we will have to do some research to see what they would be looking for, how you're a solution to their need. And so what I'd like to have is a little bit of feedback from you about the two channels, the two YouTube channels.
Yeah. Kathy, the Living Miracles channel.
Can everyone hear okay?
Yep.
Here.
Can barely hear you, Suzanne.
Okay. The Living Miracles channel has been distinguished as a channel that is for the Living Miracles community. So the Messengers of Peace or volunteers, these sorts of videos that we do in the community. It hasn't always been that way, but now we have David Hoffmeister channel, which is our primary channel that we want to completely focus on. All of David's materials will be on that channel, and the Living Miracles channel is more for the Living Miracles community channel. So if that helps.
Well, do you want to utilize the Living Miracles channel in a superior way? My recommendation was to pump it up, to use it also for some of the same keywords, because they don't even realize that there is an opportunity to join you at a higher level.
Yeah.
You know, if they go to the David Hoffmeister site, they get some of the non-dual work and some of the more advanced work, but they don't know that how to join the community. So maybe we put the Living Miracles as community training, community involvement, which could be online community. It doesn't have to be physical community.
Right, and we are doing that broader reach for internet community. So I feel like as long as we have it in perspective, that's fine to optimize it. But I don't think we want to spend, it's not a priority in my mind.
Okay.
David's channel is the priority. And of course, as we learn this stuff, we can optimize that channel as well.
You're going to see by the time you optimize 20 videos on David Hoffmeister channel, you're going to have the top 10 spaces for most of your keywords. Yeah, you're going to see how quickly this can happen. So, but you are going to want to do as many. I mean, the reason that it's wonderful to have manpower is that it's going to take a little bit of time opening every single video and changing the tags, adding the proper description, changing the title.
Yep.
You've got hundreds.
Yeah.
So that's where it's fabulous to I saw that. Oh, he's got his hoodie on. He thinks he can hide. Oh, now he can't hide. Well, anyway, it's not a bad job. It's actually, you can get creative with it, but it is, you know, someone's got to be linear and check off, I did this one, this one, this one, and you have to select which ones you want to go forward with.
Okay.
To give the language, especially if we're talking about having levels of people, beginner, intermediate, advanced. If you start with the non-dual, you might lose them.
Right.
You might lose that beginner mind.
Right, right. And so there would have to be kind of a house cleaning with it too. I was looking through it this morning. I hadn't been on the Living Miracles channel for a while, and I think it'd have to be kind of gone through and stuff actually taken out. Some videos taken out, stuff like that. So
well, you could just make them private. Some of the ones that are on there private, and it won't affect. You don't have to go through all the delete part of it, and that way, as long as they're private, they don't show up in the public feed.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But you may want to consider still. Well, I would still do the optimization on the channel page itself. I would change the header on it. I would change the actual profile picture on the header page for the Living Miracles page, and I would align it with all of the social media. I wouldn't hide it. It could be a huge asset. You'll see once you start doing the searches for other keywords, that it could be a huge asset to have both of the channels.
I like the idea of that other channel. I think it'll be more.
Well, we have
general
we
information.
have Miracles Facebook page. You know, there's a differentiation between David's and Living Miracles stuff. So we'll just
Okay. Okay, I'm just planting seeds. I'm just making suggestions, and you have the bigger picture of what you want to do. I just want to recommend that because still, even though it doesn't have the viewing, it's still a huge asset. The Living Miracles YouTube channel is a huge asset. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was the way that you're getting subscriptions on these channels or getting views. Do you send out emails to get views, or how do you get views on the David Hoffmeister site on the channel?
Organically.
Yeah.
Organically?
Yeah. What we have done is we did run a campaign for a while and found that it was not really optimized the way that it should have been for the money we were spending. But for the most part, we have what, 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers on David's channel.
Mm-hmm.
David pops up fairly quickly if you type in ACIM, which is the acronym for Course.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Michael says, it's just organic. It's like people out there looking for information about A Course in Miracles, and they kind of stumble onto those.
Right.
And then Facebook posts, like if David has a new video, we might post it on our what we call Hootsuite, which we have many different social networks.
Right, I use that too for some of my clients. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, well, so there's ways also to get more views if you want, especially when we start to monetize, when we start to have a call to action at the end of your video. There are sites where we can get likes and start to get hits on it that are, say, they're real people. It's not buying them from Africa or somewhere. They're real things that people use to get their campaigns going, because it's almost proof of a proof of quality by seeing other hits. And there's sites there, and I've only used them a couple times, but like for instance, if we did a relaunch of one of the products, and so let's say we relaunched one of his books. And we wanted to do a video to do that, and it wouldn't necessarily be a book trailer. It'd be more of a video of him talking and then promoting his book with a call to action to go to Amazon or to go to your page. There's 4 different paid view locations. Actually, it's called youlikehits.com. like4like.org. I can send these to tubepromoter.com and tubetoolbox.com to get more views. And some of them are free and some of them are paid. Okay, and so that is one way to start a campaign to get higher conversions. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, are there any questions about what to do with any of the channel on the YouTube? How to use YouTube better, or is there any questions about that?
We have Kay here. Kay is the one that's been doing a lot of the investigation around the annotations and how to maximize our YouTubes. So Kay, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Kathy, it feels really good as we're going through this and developing these concepts around driving traffic to this. We're doing a promotion for this 30-day program. We've also talked about doing one for the Movie Watcher's Guide. It seems like it might really be helpful as we're going through that to join with you to talk about ways specifically to making sure we're maximizing these campaigns that we're setting up to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll find, well, the real proof is, did it convert?
Yeah.
Because you really can't tell when people, free tastes aren't going to really help you grow the whole cause. So we really want to make sure that we have an opportunity to get it to a point where you can actually monetize it and see, or even if it's to go to the site for a free download and you capture their email, you want to at least be able to do that. But I don't always have to, excuse me a second. I don't always have to pay. So a lot of the things that we do, we don't necessarily pay for advertising. So that's the other part of what I like to do. I like to win the game of Google for very little cost.
Right, we're very interested in that.
Yes.
That is how you really win the game, right?
Yeah.
And of course, Google it really was upset about Facebook's capability to advertise and to generate a better database than Google could. As soon as Facebook, this has been like a past 5 years, an interesting online battle to watch, because Google had AdSense and they had the highest income from AdSense and from online advertising. Then Facebook comes in where it asks for all sorts of criteria and likes, preferences, all sorts of data, and they become a better database. And then all of a sudden, Google loses a lot of its income to Facebook. So now then Google buys YouTube because it can see that that's going to be the next frontier, and then starts monetizing the YouTube channel. Same thing with Twitter, same thing with LinkedIn now. So, but Google Plus is going to be one of the things that you'll be surprised about this year. Google Plus is going to really take off because they're going to throw as much money as they can towards it. And Google has connected with Twitter. They've kind of aligned themselves. Twitter is being used by a lot of the large telephone companies for customer service. So rather than you getting your stuff stuck in email, Facebook messages and Twitter is how a lot of companies are communicating with their customers. So because the email, especially after Gmail changed their deliverability. So it's something to look at for this year. The other part of this is everything we do, we need to have it mobile optimized for 2015. And that's why video is going to be so important for you, because it works in every device. Yeah. Okay. Okie doke. So.
Question real quick.
Yes.
We're going to be building a website that integrates all the YouTubes. And so I don't know whether to pull from YouTube itself, if that's better, or to have the site have a self-sustaining video.
I would use YouTube if possible. What the only other way to do the web database setup is through Amazon S3. And what the speed is going to be the primary reason for you to watch what sources you use. Vimeo is a little slower than YouTube, but Vimeo has a much higher quality looking presentation. You can use HD. I'm using Vimeo for my customers that really don't like the 3 screenshots, that they can't stand what YouTube does to the front presentation slide, because it usually has your mouth open no matter what you do.
She's talking about the thumbnail.
You know those thumbnails that you have on YouTube that you only get 3 choices and they're usually all 3 terrible. So a lot of my customers are using Vimeo Pro, which has its own storage system and rendering system, and the quality presentation is much higher.
So it's not actually, when they click on it, it's not actually, is it back linking with the SEO?
Yes, it's an embedding. You embed from either YouTube or Vimeo onto your website, and that actually helps your search engine optimization because it's an external link to some of the biggest databases in the world.
Okay, great.
Especially with YouTube because it's owned by Google. Until in the future, there may be a competitor in the mobile market that kills Google, but that hasn't happened yet. So until that does, Google has the game. They're the game master, so everybody's figuring out how to play the game the best with them.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay. Okay. So what I may have to do, I was on my other computer. I have two computers here when I was doing this yesterday for your video, and I may have to use my code real quick to get into TubeRank. Let me see if it'll let me in, and then I'll share my screen for this next part. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Are there any other questions that anyone has while I'm doing this? I can multitask.
Well, that Vimeo, what we were just talking about there with Chris and Vimeo, you can only use Vimeo if you've uploaded to Vimeo. Is that right, or is it?
Say that again. I'm sorry. What was it? I didn't understand what you said about Vimeo.
Vimeo, I'm just not clear on the Vimeo part. Is that something that? Are you clear on it, Chris?
Well, Google, she said Google is like the one to stay with, unless we would want an aesthetically pleasing thing, which we don't. We would want more hits on
We're
YouTube.
sticking with YouTube. That's it. Yeah.
Right. But if you are creating a course, an online course, and you want to be able to keep it private, you can't house it on either one of those sites.
Right.
And be self-assured that no one's getting in for free. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to, in that case, you would want to set it up to stream it off of Amazon S3. And you can get, for WordPress, you can get plugins that will allow that to be seamless.
Okay.
Okay,
That's good
I
to
just have some, maybe an example. With the 30-day free online program, we're going to have on every Friday, we're going to send out, it's actually going to be inside a landing page of our Movie Watcher's Guide to Enlightenment. So that's probably fine. So, okay, we're going to do a landing page with a video clip every week. It'll be in Movie Watcher's Guide. So I think that's fine, right? There's no.
It should, well, I'm so visual, I almost have to see what you're doing. I apologize, but that's kind of my way of dealing with things. Hold on a second, I'm just putting the,
I think it's okay. I think I answered my own question.
okay.
Just so I'm clear though on that,
Okay.
just to comment on the Movie Watcher's Guide, if we're putting content on there, we're talking about having something that's really separate from YouTube. That Movie Watcher's Guide is a Joomla site, so I don't know. We'd have to see if there's a plugin. I don't know if there's one. I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about, Suzanne.
I'm just talking about, is there any problem, like, okay, it's a free online program. It's not, you're not a member going into our landing within the Movie Watcher's Guide, but it's still going to be shown from the Movie Watcher's Guide website, the video clip. So I don't think this applies to any of that. I think we handle that the way that we handle it, just like as if it were in the Movie Watcher's Guide, but people don't have access to the other pages. I think it's fine.
Okay.
If it's not, then you guys, our Mexican friends can help us with it. They'll know. Or I guess you're the one who's overseeing the website, right?
Yeah, for Joomla, though, yeah, I need technical support from some of those guys.
So are you feeling like that you want to stay with Joomla? Because all of my customers that had Joomla sites have gotten rid of them. They segue to WordPress.
Well, and Jeff can comment on this. It just so happens the Movie Watcher's Guide, there's an entire back end developed in the database, was developed specifically for Joomla.
Oh,
So
gee.
we'd have to really join on that.
Okay. 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 Well, I'm trying to get, as you're talking, I'm trying to get this software loaded up so I can show you how to use it live, and just take me a few. It's not loading with a password. So
Can you speak a little bit about mobile optimization? Like what I'm doing in WordPress gives me the availability for doing a site, customizing it for PC and laptop and mobile. Like I'm doing 2 sites within one. And I just was wondering, is there any?
okay. My recommendation is that we go ahead and you
Hey, Kathy,
yeah.
Kathy, just one sec. We've got a little notice come up on the screen saying this free meeting will end in 10 minutes.
And I know it says it's I'm going to upgrade to Pro, which should be fine for you.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right, so that's on your end. Right.
yes, that's on my end. Sorry. The last time I used this, I was on my sister's, so I thought you could go for the whole time. Okay, so the question you're asking about is what to do about a site, and I would recommend any new sites that you do that you just create responsive sites. And that's way that you create one site that's capable of being seen on any device. WordPress responsive sites also integrate with WooCommerce plugins, and the WooCommerce plugin will allow you to be able to do affiliate transactions, which again is something we're talking about in the plan. Okay, almost got this paid for right now. What else can happen here? Okay, apologize for the there we go. Oh,
So, Chris, are you clear?
Yeah, there's a learning curve to it because I've never done anything like that before. So how to make a page both for mobile strictly and a different page for PCs and laptops within the same theme.
It's responsive. You don't need to do that, right?
if it's responsive, it automatically identifies what device the user is coming to your site on and renders that proper perspective. So if they're on a phone, it turns it into a long, skinny thing, and it renders the buttons totally different. And the responsive sites, you can get them for $50.
Yes.
And you can get them that integrate with WooCommerce, which is also a free plugin that'll do almost everything that you need. So I mean, they've made it so easy. The hard part is figuring all the bells and whistles on these themes, because usually they give you so many choices, it gets complicated.
Right.
But otherwise, it's all one click. You know, you just upload the theme and you're done.
Right. Right.
So what you're doing is what we had to do a year ago. That's how fast things are changing. But the responsive sites, the other thing is you want to make sure that you buy one. I can recommend if we want to talk offline, I can recommend some themes that you want to be able, for each one of these WordPress updates, which happen every 4 to 6 months, you want to be able to have a theme that's well enough used that there'll be an upgrade.
Okay. Yeah.
So that if that slider breaks or if something breaks, you've got somebody to go to get the right code. But
Yeah,
yes.
we're using Elegant Themes right now, and we pay an annual fee, and the themes automatically upgrade. And also, we're doing most of our new WordPress sites are with GoDaddy, and they're managed sites. So GoDaddy looks after. Oh, you don't like GoDaddy? Oh no, where's JP when we need him?
That's a whole nother nightmare story.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah. Right now I'm working with somebody who has a whole team in Russia and in India, and we moved. One of my customers had a whole server at GoDaddy that kept getting hacked into.
Yeah, we just went through that. Yep.
Yeah, but even with it managed, it didn't matter. So we moved. I personally have most of my stuff on HostGator. I have a quarter of a server at HostGator for my company and my clients. But the new server company that my other client moved to is called SiteGround. I bought one just to try it. I bought a subscription for a website just for one. Well, I guess they say you can have unlimited domains on the site. But anyway, once a week I get a email saying that the server is secure. So that there's going to be a big switch in all of this, because there's a lot of unemployed Russians that like to hack. Well, it's a game again. So, and they figured out a way to get in, and what they do is they use your bandwidth, and they use it for for spam email blasts, and then your IP address gets blocked if you try to send things off of your IP address, even though you had nothing to do with it. Right. Or your whole domain goes down. So anyway, so you might want to try SiteGround. I wouldn't do anything with GoDaddy except buy domains there. I buy my domains there, but I would start shopping if I were you.
Okay.
Because you're going to find much better service for the money. And that SiteGround, I'm very impressed. The site that we've been using, it's called drawyourprayers.com. And is that cool? It's a drawing site. You should check it out. It's really cute.
Kathy, what about some of these protective services that kind of monitor your website sort of thing?
Well,
that are there?
I don't know. I might be able to connect you with someone who's better at that than I.
Just, I think it'd be good to if we can just focus a bit more on the YouTubes. You were just getting onto
okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be another conversation there, Kay. Just
okay.
Otherwise, we can just get a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good stuff, but we just want to be a bit focused on the topic, on the theme for today, if you like.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I know. I'm. Let me make sure I can get into my tube rank sheet right now for you. Well, it's not, let's see. It's not letting me in. Let me try again. Close. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting in. Let me, I have it on my other machine is what the problem is, and I can't use Skype right now on the other machine, or the audio is. Let me try one more thing. I apologize for the delay. Let me see. I know I got an email from them. So TubeRankJeet is made by this guy named Crypta, and he has a lot of different products. I've only really used this one, and I think here it is. Let me. Okay. There's also a product that he has, TubeRank CIA Jeet, which allows you, once you start getting a lot of comments, it's not going. Let's shoot. This was the code they gave me.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to start talking about comments, but just to let you know, unless we do a major change, we have turned off the comments on all the videos.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Because people like to get on there and rant.
Oh.
So we just, that's always, he's been pretty clear that he doesn't want.
Very clear, yeah.
Unless there's some way that we can monitor them, or they're just members or something like that. And, you know, because we have so many videos up, and we just didn't want to get caught in that loop.
Well, they do have a product called Tube CIA Jeet that allows you to identify the newest comments and go and work through the software. It actually bundles them, which might be easy since you have so many of them. I am so sorry. I'm not going to be able to get in. Let me. For some weird reason, I even reloaded just as we were talking, and it's not letting me in. But we can go. I'm wondering what's my best way to show you this, because it would be much more effective to show you live.
Is it, are you just repeating what you've had on that YouTube? Can you just go to the YouTube? Or?
Well, we could go to the YouTube. No, I was going to do more of the same so that you got more experience with it. But basically what the software allows you to do, it allows you to optimize the title of your YouTube, the description of your YouTube, and most importantly, the tags. When you go to look at your competitors' YouTubes, you can't see what tags they have on them. And this software culls the tags off of all of the YouTubes. Now, when you start going to other keywords, you're going to find that some of the people don't have their videos optimized at all. And that's why there's such a great opportunity to get seen at #1. It's because they didn't put any of the description data in it. And what you'll find is that description data, because YouTube is such a huge database and it's part of Google, that normally that shows up at the very, very, very top. You can get in second place. You could command the whole front page of Google. So I know, Suzanne, the other day you said something about, I didn't realize we could use Jesus in the tag. Well, you should use Christianity. You should use, any of those words. But if you use those words all by themselves, there's too much competition. So you have to use either a longer tail keyword, which means it's a 3 to 4 word keyword. And as you saw in the video, and I apologize, we can do this again when I can get this loaded. I don't know why. I contacted service and they gave me a whole new code, and I got in just fine on the other machine. I wonder if, let me see. Aha. We won't give up yet. Hold on. Let's see if I can point the camera at this machine. I love this stuff. Apologize. Okay, well, I can get in on this machine. So you don't have to look at me. There we go.
Okay.
How about that?
That works.
Well, there's workarounds for everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
Come on, open up. It's opening. So it may be a little shaky unless I can figure out what to put this on that's gonna not move. Aha. That's my microphone. Okay. Let's see if I can get it more close. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, so two brake G, can you see, sort of? I can see what you can see. Let me see if I can stop it from wobbling. Okay, so this is,
Whoa.
sorry,
Beautiful.
that hurt your ears.
That was great.
Sorry, okay. This is real live. This is really as raw as it gets, right? Okay, so here we are. If we had duct tape, we would do that. Okay, so let's see if this will help at all. Okay, so here is the top of it. You have settings, about, help, exit. Here's where you put your keyword. So let's put in ACIM, okay? And here is the number of videos to analyze. I always do 10. It just seems like it seems so much easier to do it that way. And then you hit go. And as it calls it, then what it does is right away, it'll give you these two tabs. One's called competition and one is called analysis. So what it does is it pulls what the ranking difficulty is. And so this is for the 10th video. There's no problem. We could have most of this covered. It's 88%. If it's 100% difficulty, usually it is going to be difficult to do. But if it's, 20, 30, you're going to find as you start doing some of these that you'll be surprised that people don't know how to optimize their YouTube descriptions. So here you can see David's here, but that's the only one he's in here. So you could easily have him, it's 88%, you probably could have all of these just by doing this task that I'm asking you to do. And you'll see how quickly it's by the next time Google re-ups, okay? So here you can see there's only 109 likes. There's only, in all of these videos, there's less than 30,000 views. So people aren't, this isn't, basically my expertise and my knowing is that you don't want to go after the highest and broadest category, even though they have the most population. You want to go after these targeted niches where you can win the search engine, because if there's 30,000 people looking for ACIM, you want to be where you want that 30,000. If you only convert 1% of them, That's 3,000, right? That'd be okay to have 3,000 more people in your programs, wouldn't it?
I think it's 300, isn't it?
300? Did I do the zero too many times? Okay, well, 300 would still be fine.
Yes.
Right, okay. Okay. So here we are. So now I'm going to hit the analysis tab. And this is where it still shows you all these videos, and these videos are all live links. So you could actually go and see what their descriptions are. But the beauty, the whole reason to buy this is this, the bottom part, where it gives you the suggested tags, because YouTube is a database. You could consider it just like a blog site. So here you're going to see a lot of the same ones, A Course in Miracles, ACIM. I wouldn't necessarily use other people's names besides David, unless you have a combo video where both of the people are in them. I don't like that where you put Deepak Chopra in your tags when it's about you, personally. But anyway, so what you do is I'll just start here and start A Course of Love, Way of Mastery, Spirituality, New Thought, Peace, Divine, Enlightenment, Healing, Lessons, Quotes, Text, Revival. So let's see, we can do up to 500. And this is where you're going to see huge advantage. So,
so Kathy, is it the more the better, or is it?
I do as many as I can fit in here. I mean, you're going to see sometimes like this software tells you to add more to the title. And when I've done it so that the software was happy, sometimes YouTube wasn't happy. So you'll have to see, you'll play around. Sorry.
You have a laptop after this meeting.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm hard. Long tail value.
Okay, so long tail, they're saying is low value in this case, and they're long tail. It's really, these are the suggested tags. So you want to take as many as you can from this top. And you can see from when I did the video, these don't have as many, there aren't as many choices in this search. I'm not putting sexuality. I don't really think that's. Okay, so we're at 452. And this is in another language, might as well. Religion. Okay. Okay, so we're at 476, which is pretty good. So we'll see. I'll put spirit in there. I don't want to put guru. Yeah, I don't. Here, class could work. I already have ACIM. Okay, so anyway, so now we're up to 491. So then the video title, since our keyword was ACIM, what we want to do is put ACIM lessons from expert David Hoffmeister. Okay, and then we would put your website. And sometimes you have to put the www in there anyway. It's Living Miracles
Center,
thank you, .org. Okay, and then what we could do is you could actually go to any of, let's open up another screen. You could go to any of David's videos. Well, you're going to find that if you treat YouTube like a blog, and these comments and data is like right now, a lot of your posts are giving recognition to the music. They're giving recognition to the other people in the. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here, let's just grab this one. And I'm just grabbing this data. So this is an explanation of this video. But you can see you've got a lot of other data here, and the categories or education tags don't show. See, that's what everyone hides their tag. So if you don't have a software program like this, okay, so right now I just copied and pasted something else, and we can get my score. So it's 90%. So that means that if you put this in, chances are anything 90% or higher, you have a good chance of showing up on that front page for this keyword.
Wow, that's great.
Isn't it cool? So it does give you recommendations right under Get My Score on this. You can still add a bit more to the title. I just want to warn you that I've done that where I've added enough to satisfy the software, and then sometimes it was too much, but most of the time, try it. It's not going to take you that much time to take 3 words off the title if you have too much. But and then ask the viewer to subscribe to your channel in the description. So let's ask, please join our YouTube channel now.
So Kathy, we have
It didn't change it, but it should have.
we have
Yeah.
on our current YouTubes, the ones where you hear that piano music and you have the swirl.
Mm-hmm.
We have an intonation that comes up and asks for you to subscribe.
Uh-huh.
And then at the end, I don't know if you've watched all of them all the way to the end, we have 5 panels that show up for you to click on. Have you seen the end of these videos?
No, I haven't made, because most of them are an hour or something, and I haven't made them all the way. I've watched the 12-minute ones but I haven't watched a lot of the long ones.
Okay.
So I could do that and check that as well. But again, the visibility. Well, let's put it this way. The person that's searching, that's wanting to buy, and is looking for a solution to a problem, is looking for quick information. So they may not, you may find as we go through to do these transactional videos that they're going to be shorter anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're just not, I mean, I know I'm putting the stuff on while I'm doing things so I can keep going while I can hear him. So, and I'm sure I'm not alone with that.
I'm wondering if we do like up to 15-minute videos, and then maybe we have a membership where you sign in to see the ones that are longer, or something like that. If people are really interested in seeing an hour-long video, they're going to.
Well, again, if you're going more towards live streaming in the future where they're actually courses, then when you're on a live stream and that's kept as a separate course, then you could sell that.
Right.
Right now, he's been giving, I mean, he's basically been tremendously generous with all of his teachings and everything that he's offering the world. And I'm not trying to say he shouldn't do that, but I mean, but what happens is we want to turn some of those freebie seekers and convert them into buyers.
Yeah.
And because that's the only way you can really get them down the funnel to really help them. I mean, you've got to get them from the beginner's mind to at least an intermediate's mind to want to invest in it.
Okay.
So, okay.
Is there an optimum length for video? Like we're doing some are 15 minutes. What's the best timing?
Well, the decision right now, what's happening is the decision of the consumer is whether or not to watch it if it's 15 minutes. So a lot of people are stopping at 5 minutes. So that's what I'm saying, is that we may have to have different kinds of videos for different things, or excerpts of videos that really answer a core question. I mean, you see that with Eckhart Tolle and some Deepak Chopra, they'll have a beginning slide with a question, and then they'll have his answer, and then an end for more information, go here. And that may be a much better way to get people in your funnel and get them active with using your products and services than it is to have them see the whole video. The problem with the whole video is if there's no way to follow up with them and support them after they start to see a different way of looking at the world, they go back into their own world and they lose it, right?
So what would you say about the videos, the thousands of videos that are out there right now? Do we just go from here, or do we go back and do some sort of revamping with the older videos as well?
Well, my feeling is the older videos, the audios are not very good.
Yeah.
So only someone who's really dedicated is going to listen to them, because it's difficult. I listened to one yesterday that he was at a satsang. I was on the Living Miracles site, and the sound quality was so horrendous I couldn't even listen to it.
Yeah, we actually just had a talk with David saying, we've got to invest in the mind. It's got to happen.
Right. So that's what's going to happen, is that as the consumer gets more trained to communicate with video and has less of a attention span, which they already have less of a attention span than they used to, then they don't read like they used to. There's a great opportunity for you to explain the Course in Miracles chapter by chapter, or actually topic by topic, in these little blurbs that would really give people tasters enough to want to participate.
Yeah.
Everyone's yawning about over there. Are you guys bored? Sorry.
I like that idea a lot. It's like that's that kind of bringing it into a cohesive manner, so people can, like, if they're dealing with money stress or health or whatever, it's like they can find the video that's going to begin to open them up to a new way of looking at it.
Right. I mean, again, it's all about, people are on the internet either to buy or to have a solution, find a solution. Yeah. And of course, I mean, in the old days, you would go to church and talk to your pastor, but this is like online access for quick answers. So I mean, but again, I wouldn't have them more than 5 minutes long if you have those, and if they're better quality, more branded, and better audio.
David usually doesn't have a sentence that isn't 5 minutes long. So
okay, so we have to cut it at each sentence. Could you ask him to pause after each one?
No, I can't.
Well, I mean, this is where, Suzanne, you could easily have one of you interview him.
Yeah.
And have it, do 40 things you need to know about A Course in Miracles. And you could do it for 40 days.
And 40 nights.
Uh-huh. You
Are
could.
you talking about a 5-minute interview for every day, a 5-minute video?
Well, I mean, it's basically a taster to see if the Course in Miracles is right for somebody. because honestly, the Course in Miracles has a, I don't want to call it a reputation, but it seems it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of work to let go.
You are right. It's a lot of work.
Well, but that creates fear when people think it's a lot of work.
Well, okay.
So that's what these little videos would do, would allow people to see that the work isn't that hard, that it can be done in little segments, and that the value outweighs any of the pain or difficulty. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it funny, but
You're sitting with a group of people who have taken the Course in Miracles to the mat, and it's not an easy. It's a simple path, but it's not easy.
It's not a casual endeavor.
Yeah. Right. Well. But that's what I'm saying is that you know from the inside out, but you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the consumer, the new consumer that's disenfranchised from Christianity, but still believes in the teachings of Jesus. They don't know how to follow your path without. I mean, they can't. They may not want to make the commitment you've made, but they need to start. So anyway.
Okay, we'll put that in the Holy Spirit stew.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to switch off of this real quick, and what this would be is, if this was mine, I would copy all of these to a Word document because it won't save it.
Okay.
So you copy all of this, and then you go to the next keyword.
Okay, so Kathy, I just want to check too. Is there a problem changing descriptions and titles with your, like if you've already got a video that's ranking really well, or pretty well, and you want to enhance it, is there any detriment with changing the title, for example, or is it just the URLs when it comes to YouTube's that are?
I wouldn't change the title, but I would change the description and the tags.
And that won't affect the current?
No, it shouldn't affect it at all. You should be fine doing that. But again, what I'm talking about is this whole exercise is to get at the front page of Google, so that when someone wants to know something about a modern way to do Christianity, whatever keywords we end up using, because we could use modern Christianity as one of the keywords and see what the competition is. But if they want to find anything for A Course in Miracles, you want to show up before Marianne Williamson, right? So I mean, that's just the game of it. And you can see she's not showing up on all of this.
So just again on the title.
Uh-huh.
So right now we have like a title. It might have something to do with what the video is about, like how to be happy.
Uh-huh.
And then we have now we're putting in what's the lineup? Is it?
It's actually A Course in Miracles, ACIM, Jesus, non-dual, David Hoffmeister.
So yeah, so on that description, if we went in there and just edited and put Jesus there in front of non-dual now.
Well, again, I'm suggesting that we show up for A Course in Miracles. The Jesus that I was talking about would be in the tag, not in the title necessarily. Yeah.
6 million, I don't know, 60 million hits for Jesus.
That's the problem, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that the tag will put you in the database and will have you showing up for Jesus. But if you put it in the title, you may lose. Your title needs to, I would start, if this was mine, I would start doing A Course in Miracles and make sure that you show up on first page for everything you can for A Course in Miracles. And then you've got so many videos, then the next ones take ACIM. Then the next one, if you want to do non-dual with ACIM, then do the net. You've got plenty of inventory to do this with, but I don't know that I would put Jesus in the title.
Okay.
Because Jesus, unless you're planning on having Jesus sitting down with David in a video.
Okay, well, we're it's good to get very, very clear because we change it every other week.
Okay, well, what this software program will allow you to see what your choices are and give you an idea of what you're thinking of doing. You can play around here and see, right? I mean, this competition tab is fabulous. It tells you who's showing up. This is the first one.
Okay, great.
So you can see that this, whatever they've done, and see, this is what you're going to see is that some of them have very little. He's showing up because he has this many people. He has no details.
Right. Okay.
And his tags must be fine. His tags must be great.
Pictures of Michael. Never heard of that one. Michael Murray. So from now on, we're not going to go back and do anything with the titles at all. We're just going to from here on forward. Is that right?
I wouldn't, well, okay. The titles that I'm talking about that you may want to change are where you'll add things to it, not subtract. You would add ACIM or A Course in Miracles, possibly with David's name if it's not in it.
You know, we have that on most everything now.
Right. So that's why I was trying to go back to here. But see, you've got A Course in Miracles and ACIM.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is good. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that, yeah, but again, but you'll see is that in the analysis, that's all I was doing was making sure that I put the keyword in. But these descriptions and the tags is where you're going to find the big difference.
Okay,
Because
great.
Google is a huge database, and
So
it's calling those tags and those links back to your site are so valuable.
Right.
Okay.
So Kathy, we're going to go back through as much as we can go back through the previous videos and redo the descriptions and the tags through this program is the way to go. Is that?
Yes. That's why I'm introducing this, and this is somebody's job. But what the only decisions to be made aren't what to do for. Let's see how I explain this. You will be able to select maybe. What I would do is select, since you have so many, I would say we're not going back past a year. We're only going to do it from a calendar year.
Okay.
So 2014, March 2014 forward.
Okay.
And start with that, and you'll see right away that you'll capture the first page. And then after you see that, then you'll be able to see, well, what other keywords do we want to go after? But you'll have to see this competition is real. I mean, in this case, since this guy has no description and no keywords, you may be able to knock him right out.
Okay, well,
You may end up being number one. I mean, you were starting to do it. Part of the thing, again, that I have to make sure you understand is that you have to have this link at the very first part of your description.
Yes.
And usually I have it at the very end too. So I would add it again.
And you're cautioning us not to use all those other links, just livingmiraclecenter.org, which is where we want to drive people to.
Yes. But again, you have so much inventory that if you end up with just testing, so let's say you wanted to try January to February of 2014 and test it, you could see what happens. I mean, Google will rerun this database query. Each one of these things are columns on a huge virtual spreadsheet. And they're trying to do the best that they can to give you the most relevant, the best information. So they're going by all of these social media interactions. That's how they're proving that you're real deal and that you're the best choice for their consumer to get the information for. So they're trying to get relevance, and you're trying to get seen by the most people the quickest.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions, you guys?
Yeah, Kathy,
Yes.
I actually have a question, because
Okay.
there's like a call to action, like here's our website, you know, and you can click on that, and that means that the website itself has to have something so compelling that someone's going to actually sign up for your mail list when they get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are some of your thoughts? Because we talked about possibly for this YouTube promotion coming, or this promotion coming up, doing a video for it.
Okay.
But actually having a call to action on some of the newer videos coming out for that promotion, because when an email sent to subscribers, it actually gives you that text. The text for the YouTube video goes out to all your subscribers.
Okay.
I thought it'd come in mind to actually have that call to action right in that text, where they would click through, you know, join us for 30 days or join us for the Movie Watcher's Guide.
Okay. Well,
And I was just wondering any of your thoughts around that, you know, for engaging those subscribers in something that you already have without them having to watch another video necessarily.
okay. So are you saying that the path to the web page is through them getting a notification that a new video is up on the YouTube channel? Or are you sending an email?
It would be one way of informing a subscriber to YouTube, because you don't control those, right? You know, YouTube controls it, but you do contact them through that, you know, here goes a web page goes up, right?
Right, right. Okay. So what my recommendation is that you create a landing page on your website and have it so they don't go to the front page with all the navigation and all the stuff going on. They go to a page that has no navigation on it. It offers them a free report or some free download or a free video that solves their problem, whatever the offer is, and a taster. And video is going to be your best vehicle. That's why I wanted to start here with our project here. But video is going to be your most important thing that you can do, because they can sense him. They can hear his voice and sense his body language and know that he's the real deal, right? So what you would do is you would go from your YouTube channel to this landing page, and then do whatever you can to convert that to transaction. And normally the way that's done is that they get a free download and then an autoresponder sequence. They have to give I'll back up. Go to the landing page, give their email in order to get the free gift. Once they get the free gift, then an autoresponder sequence of 4 to 8 emails goes out over next month. I don't like it when people do it every day. Mm-hmm. You do it every 4 days. And then in each day, each touch gives them more valuable content.
What
so
autoresponder?
Not just buy me.
Yeah, what?
Here's some cool stuff. Here's some cool stuff. Here's some cool stuff. Buy me. Here's some cool stuff. You know, I mean, you touch them with content.
What autoresponder program are you recommending for managing that, or is our that Nation software going to do that?
Nation Builders is what we've got right now.
Yeah, I have to look at that one. I haven't used that one. I'm testing a new one right now I'm beta testing with a group of people, a new one right now. But usually people use Aweber. If we get so that we're doing a bunch of Infusions, you know, a bunch of things online, Infusionsoft is another one that people use. So we're very complicated. I personally, for most of my smaller clients, use eye contact. And I have since 15 years.
Okay, maybe
They
we
were
have.
called IntelliContent before that, and they do a great job with the autoresponders and delivery.
We'll have to.
But when
Have to have a conversation about.
yeah, we'll have to do that as a separate, because that's a can of worms.
Yeah, it is.
That is. But you have to understand that if you're a brand new, if they stumble upon David and they go to the channel and they see how prolific he is and how generous he's been, that you don't want them to get stuck there and never buy anything.
Right.
So we have to, this is going to be a whole strategy of how do we, without reducing effectiveness, how do we give them enough of a taste that will compel them to want to join?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Kathy, is like, do we, we do this spring cleaning with all the YouTubes, do we privatize a lot of them so that there's not so much stuff out there?
I think once you go through, after you start getting higher quality YouTubes, you're going to find that it's going to be pretty obvious which ones have to go. I mean, once you start putting microphone on him and better lighting and making sure that he's actually in the video, I mean, once you start doing, you up the game, and that's what people are going to be expecting. I mean, it's a quality communication.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, then you're going to see no one's going to watch them anyway. We're getting so spoiled. We're getting TV quality communications on the internet now.
Okay.
Okay. So these guys, Jeff has his thing off. His sound, he's muted. Did you mean to be?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Did you have any questions back there? What's going on? Did you understand what we were talking about?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So we are going to optimize the YouTube video using the tube rank. And what about the home pages? Are we going to optimize them with some similar kind of tool?
Yes, what we'll be doing is once we decide who the ideal target market customer is, we'll be figuring out what services that we will be offering them, and then that way we can optimize all the keywords and all the H1 tags, H2 tags, H3 tags, and the description on all of the pages. But you're going to find that what we were just talking about with Kay is that most of the people are not pushing their clients to their front page anymore. They're pushing them to landing pages if they want to convert.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to find that we probably are going to want to change the keywords depending on the page. Okay. So we're in the process of doing the marketing plan, and we're just at the part right now where we're profiling who the perfect customer is and how the offerings, because you've got so much wonderful data. We're trying to make it sort of be more congruent and more understandable. Okay, did that make sense to you?
Yeah, I'm asking about the home pages, the websites.
Right.
A similar tool as
Yes.
rank to optimize them.
Yes. Well, I went to the homepage of the Living Miracles site yesterday and copied the description and the keywords and the meta tags, and we could do a lot of work on that. But again, what I'm saying is until we see what we're going to really offer, like the description doesn't use any of these keywords right now. So I think we're a little premature in giving you all of that data. So if you could give us another 2 weeks, I imagine we'll have a lot of it figured out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Anything else with anybody? Michael, are you doing okay?
The document that you gave us, have we gone through all that, Kathy?
Yes, yes, we did. And of course, there could be more, but I would highly recommend that you get the tube rank sheet. And then if we do decide to turn the comments back on, the tube CIA sheet is a way to manage the comments.
Can you send it? You'll send us all that stuff.
Yeah, the link is on the lesson.
Okay.
The link for tube rank sheet is on the lesson, and once you buy that, they go through one-time offer to, and they have like three offers after you buy it, and it's the CIA is one of them. But it's only for you watch the videos on the sales page. It's really for how you manage comments on multiple videos. So it may be a great tool if comments are allowed to be turned back on.
I would like them to be.
Well, I think if we're planning on community, at least in Living Miracles, that one should be turned on. You know, if that's a community page and that's what we're building community, you have to be open to having discussion. But you may need this management tool. What it allows you to do, it allows you to select the most recent comments. So you could go in there once a week or once every 3 days. You don't have to be there all the time.
So it comes through this, and then we choose which ones go up.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Jeff raised his hand.
I did, yeah. So this
Okay.
Living Miracles community page, are you speaking about, like David's kind of traveling, we don't have the video accessibility to him, but can we take different members of the community and sort of like do a documentary type style or interview type style with those? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Building it up?
yes. I mean, what Suzanne and Francis and I and David have been talking about is that the benefit of what you're doing in community is its time has come and people are looking for community, even if it's virtual community. And so it would, that channel could easily have the other messengers.
Okay,
It
great.
could have lots of stuff on it and not be as reliant on David. But the idea is that we're creating a value add for people by all of this information, and it's real. It's not contrived.
Yeah, because there's a lot of happenings and things like that. We're actually making this into a clinic type situation, and I would just love to document it kind of as it's unfolding and things like that. But yeah, it's just the resources. But if it's a priority, then it may the things that we need to do that may come here. So,
Right. Well, if for the center, if you're talking about changing the model that you're using for your community in Mexico, when that would be, you'd use press releases and all sorts of other media in order to get you more visibility and drive traffic. And then that's where it would be really handy to have those videos promoting the services.
yes.
Yeah, that's something that once again, it's a little bit premature as we define everything with Kathy. Sounds like it's down the pipe a little ways as things take shape.
Yeah.
Because we don't really know. We're going to define the centers, it looks like, which would be Mexico, the monastery, and Camas, as 3 different entry levels, or 3 different, almost like 3 different vibes to each center. So that's all just kind of coming in now, and we're, it's just happening as we're speaking. So
Yeah, it's really exciting to watch what's happening. It's the clarity is going to really cause things to happen quickly and very smoothly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you'll be excited when we're done.
Yeah.
I think you'll be impressed with how easy it works. But communication is key, right? And we're in an international world where Mexico's an easy plane flight to get to, and there's lots of people that need the love and nurturing that you guys have to offer, and they don't even know you exist.
Right.
So that's what we're working on.
That's good.
Okay.
So I'm going to check with Suzanne and Kay if they're right with this 30-day program. Are you guys?
Well, we
Have
feel
you got any
like
other questions around that?
we feel like the 30-day program, you know, that's going to start whenever we're ready. So there's going to be a lot of foundational stuff. Every time we have a conversation, there's more stuff that we really want it to be super solid underneath, and the design of it perfect, because it's the first time we've actually done anything like this. So we're going to need at least, I would think, a month of promotion just to get people signed up for it, because it's going to have a start date and an end date for the first round, and then we're going to just offer it. You know, we won't have to keep reinventing it. It'll just be, it's a package deal for 30 days.
Okay.
So I feel like we're going to maximize the YouTubes and the social networking when we're ready to start putting the word out about it. And of course, Kathy will join with you on like the promotional materials for that and so forth. And I've got, you know, Kay, and then Marlisa is really checking out the maximization for social networking, and Kay is doing the YouTube. So finding out things every day on how to maximize those venues, so to speak.
Yeah, it's amazing the stuff you can do. I mean, when you think about, I just did a presentation on how to use social media for fundraising on Sunday at an event, and it's just amazing. You can reach 1 million people. I mean, not by emailing them, just by posting things. It's just amazing how fast you can spread things right now. So, it's cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for being patient with me with my computer. I'll have to figure out why it didn't load on this computer, but it loaded on that one. But anyway, and I hope your ears weren't shattered every time the thing hit the ground. But
Curve all the way around.
So, Kathy, when do we have our next meeting?
yes, why don't you and I get off? Do you want to do it right now? Try to figure it out right now while everybody's on, or do you want to?
We'll let everyone go, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks, you
and I.
guys.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, love you. Thank you so much, Kathy. It was awesome.
Oh, my pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's great. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.